Part 3, Navigating OneDrive. Okay, number one, this part has four subparts. Number one is how to locate the profiles folder. This is where to get all the profiles or entities to work on. As when you are assigned a profile, especially if you are not on the research team, you are on the checker team or on the documentation team. This is where you go to find the profiles, or this is where you go to dump the profiles that or create folder for the profiles that you have researched. Maybe you're on the research team, you find a profile. This is also where you go to deposit the folder you've created for this profile. Because when you create a profile, a folder for a profile, it has to have identification for subfolder, ownership subfolder, business info subfolder, financial info subfolder. So this profile folder um, is on OneDrive, and you can find it um, by going to OneDrive, sorry, OneDrive dot live. Okay, it's already there. .live.com. Take you to OneDrive. This is my OneDrive. I can see you can go to. I don't want this. You can go to shared. This shared is where you have everything shared with you. Of course, after onboarding, the management is going to add you to the OneDrive um, of the project so that you'll be able to have all the things shared with everybody. So click on shared and you come to profile generation project. Under profile generation project, you will see profiles. Under these profiles, you will see all the documents, all the profiles, sorry, all the companies that has been generated so far are all here. Okay, let's assume you got a company. You can either add new, say folder. You can add new folder, ask you to write the name of a folder. You type the name of the company. If it is fake, integrated. But if you look at this place, you will see that everything is written in caps lock. So you should do well to maintain the method fake integrated water. Okay, I cannot create I cannot click on create right now because if I click on create, it's going to create this folder inside this location. So but when you click on create, this is what it does to create this folder. And then assuming that I've created this folder to be pork table water. If you go inside pork table water, you now see subfolders. I told you about business info, financial info, identification, and ownership. These are folders. So under the you're going to create these folders under each profile that you have. All the profiles. This is portable water. I go back. Adama beverage. You see the same thing. Business info, financial info, identification, and ownership. Come back. Aqua fresh. You see the same thing. Business info, financial info, blah blah blah. The same thing with every of the folder. Hammer stable water. You see business info, blah blah blah. Okay, now inside the folder of the company, you see the name, a document in a Word document created saved with the name of that company. That is the AML document. So there is a template for the AML. The unit head of each unit has a deposit, a folder location that they keep all the AML. Okay, for instance, here now, profile generation, I think under guide, I think this is not it. think management. Sorry. Um, okay, right now I can't find the AML template. I can't find it here now, but I'm sure that the unit head for research, because that they are the ones in charge of the AML from the scratch. So the documentation unit take hold of the AML file after the research unit has already worked on it. So I wouldn't know where they kept I wouldn't know where they kept the AML file. So assuming that I am working on harnessing purified water. So I'm going to like fill in the AML form and save it with this Allison. What's happening? I think okay, my network is sorry, I got a call. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I think my network went out. Let me refresh to bring back things. Okay, if I'm working on harnessing purified water, I'll have to have this is the AML file. Let me click on it to open. You're going to see that is the AML form. Okay, so this is the AML form. Assuming you're a researcher, you're working on a profile, excuse me, where you dump the AML form is on the base location of that folder, of that company folder or that profile folder. So the AML form has all the information that has been researched about. Okay. Um, okay. So I close it. And that's it. So this is how to locate the profile folder on the AML form. Okay, number two is okay. I've already explained each of the folder in the profile. I've explained that in this profile, in this page, sorry, in this folder, you have business information, financial information, identification, and ownership. So this is where you have the company registration documents. This is where you have things like shareholder list, the management structure. This is where what the documentation team research about actually. You have director, um, profile of directors. You have ultimate beneficiary owners, and so on and so forth. Organization structure also. So that is it for this number one and two. So number three, how to find an entity on OneDrive using the search box. I've done this earlier at number one above. So, but to search, I think my OneDrive is having issue. It's not updated, I guess. But you can download to do this better. You need to download OneDrive. You can download OneDrive from download. Sorry, download OneDrive for Windows. Assuming you're using Windows 10, say Windows 10. I think most people are using Windows 10. Download. He said download the OneDrive app for PC, Android, Mac, or iOS. I click on the link, and then it takes me to this place, and then I can say download. So what it brings out is the one for my operating system. It didn't bring out the one for Windows 10 because if you have Windows 10, OneDrive is already installed on your PC. If you're using another version of Windows, install OneDrive to get started. So it doesn't have for Windows 10 or Windows 11, but the Windows down the line it has. Sorry, it has for Windows 10 and Windows 11, but Windows down the line it doesn't have. So you have to download it and install before you can use it. So you download OneDrive and then you save, and then when it's downloaded, you can set it up. So if you don't know how to install an app, you can or an application, you can ask your unit head. All right. So um, but to search for information on OneDrive, assuming you've gone to shared location, on the shared location you can find anything here and anything under here. But let's assume that we are looking for a profile. You already know that profile is under profile generation project and then under profile. But now you are looking for something that has to do with the feeder water. But you don't want to start scrolling, 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 scrolling. You can come here. Here you say search everything. You can say feeder, feeder water. Like I said, my OneDrive has a small problem. I don't know why it's not finding anything. So hold on, let me find this. Let me type in date. Let me search again. See if it doesn't work. Okay. So I guess there's a problem with my OneDrive. I have to figure it out. But this is how you do the search. I'm using OneDrive online. Um, this is how you find it out. So the last sub part of this part is how to locate the AML form on a company, sorry, of a company on OneDrive. I've already said this earlier. Go to OneDrive. This is my OneDrive. You go to your shared file shared with you. Go to profile management. You go to sorry. Um, okay, what I have here says ML or anti-money laundering is form is the form that holds different information in sections about a company. It's a Microsoft Word document generated from the AML form template by the research maker unit. The sections of the AML form are identification, ownership, management, business information. Um, then think the compliance. Okay, compliance information is on the form. It's not there as a folder. And financial information. To locate the AML form on OneDrive, locate the profiles folder and search for the entity using the query method mentioned in number 3 above. Okay, select the entity and locate the Word document in its root directory. That is the entity's AML form. Each entity's AML file is given the name of the entity. Okay, for example, a company entity named Roseland Group will have Roseland Group as its AML file name. Okay, now I've said this in earlier that each profile, the AML form is named after them. So if you're looking for AML form for Almas, or let's say Aquarite Water, you're going to find it as Aquarite Water as a Word document in the root directory of the Aquarite Water folder. Okay, thank you. Um, let's um, let's do the next video while we close this one.